Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Pit and the Table Chat Show. From what I see in front of me is season 8, episode 3. Good evening. Oh, so yeah, like just cracking on. We've got loads of people in the chat already. So hi everyone. Hello Baz. Thank you for joining us at the last minute just before we went live. Um, Were you asleep by any chance? Simon said earlier, "Where's Baz?" And I said he's probably asleep. At that same moment, it's kind of gone off subject already. At that same moment, I had a realization that a lot of people, in fact, we won't even go into it, but everyone's sort of really tired at the minute. Everyone is super. I'm super tired. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the air. Maybe it's the weather. I don't know. Who else have we got? We got Simon. Good evening, Simon. Good evening, Katrina. Good evening, Sharon. Scott's just left. We've got Greg here. Crazy Antics. Rose Donna. Um, Now, I'm going to probably say this wrong. Is it Jose or Jose? Or I'm probably saying it wrong, but good evening. Um, and everyone else. Tom, who is Tony, owns Venomous Visions. He is an absolute legend, really nice guy. I shall hook you up with him if you don't know him already, but I'm sure you can just send him a message. Tony Webb. He's a really, really nice guy, owns Venomous Visions, and he's always very happy to help. He's very knowledgeable on pretty much all centipedes, I think, and millipedes. Like, really, really good at it. He just kind of, you know, I was what? So you did fall asleep? Yes, I was right. I was right. It's nice to be right occasionally. It doesn't happen often. So we're going to do a little bit of a giveaway tonight. I have a little bit of a giveaway to give away. What? That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, no worries, Kat. I'll do that after the stream. So we're going to do that just shortly, but we're going to talk about a few other things just before, because why not? So what have I got on my list today? The insane weather. Let's talk about the insane weather. Everyone's sort of getting snow and it's very cold. On my island, the wind and rain is insane. And like oh wow, the floods and the waves and yeah. So I'm just saying, if you're going out and about at the minute, if you're driving anywhere, if you're doing anything, just be careful because there's a lot of accidents happening. And the last thing I want to do is hear that any one of you has had an accident in your car or doing anything. 12 degrees, that's not bad. What's it here at the minute? It's not even giving me a degree, it just says weather warning. Oh no, so it's 10 degrees here at the minute, which isn't bad. I suppose a lot of the snow would have melted by now, wouldn't it? But I keep seeing all these pictures, and it makes me very worried for people because we're not built to handle it in this country at all. But anyways, moving on from that, I will be doing a big update on the event pages on the website probably this week because we are almost completely full at both our upcoming shows now, and I feel like I can release some more information. It's really looking spectacular. Both events are looking absolutely spectacular. The Weymouth event, like I say, is not a complete invert event. It is inverts, culture, history, all sorts of other things, and it's going to be an absolute amazing event. Slightly different to the big invert events, but again, along the same sort of lines of speakers and lots of cool other things as well as the trade section. Yeah, it's going to be a great day. I'm super excited for the Weymouth event actually because it's so close. It's going to be like it's not necessarily easy for me, but I have a lot more access to resources and things like that. You know, I know people around here with the local businesses and things like that, so I can really kind of go all out with it. And again, with the support of the local council, it's going to be amazing. And then we're already starting to plan Weymouth for next year because that's going to be an absolutely spectacular event as well. We've got a few options on how I'm going to run it, but I won't go into that just yet. I haven't even spoke to my committee about it, so I better not tell you first. And then obviously the Bristol event, I'm going to be doing an update on the website again soon. If you go on the website, there's actually a fair bit of information on there already. Even though I said I wasn't going to be doing the updates, I have put a fair bit on there. Quite a few of the traders and so on and so forth are already on there. Well, mood swing. Always wondered whose mood swings are terrible. You're a woman, you're all hormonal. My mood swings can be terrible. If only men dealt with half as much as. Oh, Cat. I always say women have to deal with that, but men have to deal with other things. We're very balanced. we have to deal with women. Yeah, but no, I can admit I have terrible mood swings as well. Anyone that knows me can agree with that. I go from happy to not happy to everyone leave me alone mode for no reason at all. Most of the time I'm in a happy mood, but sometimes I just like, yeah, everyone gets like it. And I think everyone has the right to get like that as well. We live in a very stressful world, especially at the moment when everything costs ridiculous amount of money just to survive. Go get a loaf of bread, it's twice as much as it was this time last year. It's insane. And at the moment, everyone's got the right to be stressed. Everyone's got the right to kind of get angry a little bit. We should take it out on each other, obviously, but everyone's got the right to be stressed. So mood swings are, bit push. Who's pushy? I'm not pushy. I'm never pushy until I need to be pushy, and then I'm like super pushy. No, I'm not that bad. So the Bristol event, going back to that, that's going to be an absolutely amazing day. Obviously, it is in the middle of summer as well. We do have, not me, okay. We do have refreshments on site, and there will be an ice cream van attending on the day as well to make sure that everyone is well looked after in the sweltering heat, middle of summer. I hope it's hot anyways. Last year, it was really, really hot actually at that time last year. It was like the 40-degree temperatures. So everyone just be aware of that. Like I say, there will be refreshments available on the day, but feel free to bring your own bottles of water and stuff. Feel free to bring a picnic. There's a massive, massive grass area just outside of the doors. You're more than welcome to have a picnic on the grass and enjoy the sunshine. I'm really hoping that they're going to let us sort of open up all the fire exit doors and obviously let the airflow, but just sort of free flow into that grass area. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like we don't want to be stuffed inside of a room all day, do we? I mean, we could, but it'd be nice to get out a bit in the fresh air. So I'm just sipping my cup of tea before it goes cold. And yes, that is a cup of tea. It's not an energy drink. I'm sort of going away from the energy drinks at a minute. I've been getting quite bad on them. And I will say, every time I burp at the minute, it smells like something died in my stomach. So maybe moving away from the energy drinks might be a good idea. And I'm absolutely knackered all the time. And again, that is a sign of overuse of energy drinks and the caffeine. Even though caffeine affects me differently, it's still caffeine at the end of the day. So got to move away from that. Get back to cups of tea, the odd cup of coffee. Good evening, David. I didn't know you were here, buddy. Get back to nice proper drinks. There was a time where I didn't even drink any fizzy drinks. Like for years, I didn't touch fizzy drinks at all. But then when I had all my teeth removed a few years ago, I was kind of like, well, now I don't need to worry. And I started drinking. I think it was just like lemonades to start with, but I do have a thing for energy drinks. That it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't keep me up, anyways. Drink ant candy, yeah, that would definitely do it. I don't know what like if you drank enough of it. It probably make you very sick because of the high sugar content. It probably won't be great for you. But I know some people have been doing like swigging it, people always test it. It is human safe. But I know people are actually like literally taking a swig like, oh, my sugar feels a bit low, and they just take a stick of it. And it's okay. Yeah, vodka. I haven't drank in years, actually, Simon. A long, long time, because obviously I was an athlete and things. It just wasn't conducive to the athletic lifestyle, and I was competing so regularly. And obviously, if you're boxing, they don't let you drink anyways. If you drink like a few weeks before your boxing match, even 6 weeks before your boxing match, sometimes it will get called off. Not just that, you're taking a risk with your own life. It is a dangerous sport. You're getting punched in the face, getting punched in the stomach. The last thing you need is not to be quite right there in the moment. So yeah, I haven't drank for years, years upon years, which I'm quite proud of, actually. It's not a bad thing. I do try and live a sort of healthy life, me with all my health conditions. Though I do smoke, I smoke. Everyone knows I'm smoking. I don't try and hide the fact I smoke. But I wouldn't recommend it, especially if you've got health conditions like mine. Right, so let's move on to, we've got one more thing I'm going to talk about after the giveaway, and that is mantises. So that's going to be an interesting subject for us all. But let's do the giveaway. So duck races, thank you. I have a £20 voucher and a £10 voucher to give away. So whoever wins the first one, don't join in with the second one, basically. And what have we got? We've got 11 people in the chat right now. And the duck race is being really slow. So it might just be lagging a minute. There we go. So we're going for a 2-minute duck race, and we're going to go with, we've got 11 people in the chat. I'm going to go with 13 ducks. That is 13 of our finest duck racer thing ducks. Here we go. Right. We say pick your numbers. Baz is trying to choose a number. We give it another few minutes, make sure everyone has a chance. Good evening, Antisocial. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Good evening, Tracy. I think I missed you out when I said good evening to everyone. Good evening, Paul. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Right, so everyone's getting their numbers. We are adding in the ducks. Now, let's have a little look at our ducks before we start the race. What ducks have we got? Now, we remember the ducks, the plain ducks, they are like gangsters. They gang up on all the other ducks. They will try and take them down. They set in traps along the route. You got to watch out for those plain ducks. Right next to them, we got Robber Duck. We got Batman Duck. Batman Duck's probably going to catch Robber Duck. They might have a scuffle further down the field. We'll see if they even cross the line. We got hat-wearing duck. I don't really know what he's about. These two here, they're going to cause some trouble. You've got to keep your eyes on them. They're brightly coloured. You can't miss them. We got red stripy duck. Again, he might join in with that crew, or he might just go off on his own. He's been training really hard lately. We got clown duck. Now, clown duck spends a lot of time joking about, but he is a very serious racer. So without further ado, let's get this race underway. Good luck, everyone. This is for the £20 voucher. We'll go for the £20 one first. If you win this, you can't come into the second one, and then we'll do the £10 voucher. Go. I'm going to turn the sound off because it annoys me otherwise. There we go. I hope it's not lagging too much. But straight away, we got the plain ducks are taking the lead straight away. You see that? They're gonna go off. We've got some at the back, some in the middle, some at the front. It's like they're gonna close in on everyone. And that'll be that. End of the race. They've had it. We'll see. God, I didn't see the sword. That duck's got a sword. I'm glad Batman's next to him. He's dangerous. Gonna get angry and like lose the plot and start taking out the other ducks. Mask of Zorro, that's what it is, isn't it? He's a Mask of Zorro duck. So what would you call a Zorro duck? I suppose Zorro duck. Don't worry about that, 8 legs. He's saving his energy. He's going to plow on straight through in a minute. Right, here we go. 30 seconds left. Good luck, everyone. It all happens in like the last 10 seconds. The last 10 seconds, they all kind of, here we go. They all falling back. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? It's all about that stamina. Like, I've done long races myself. It's all in the last, like, 100 yards where it's won, really. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Number 8. Number 8 is the winner. And who was number 8? Let's go back in the chat. Was no one number 8? I don't think anyone chose number 8. Okay. That was unexpected. I'm just double checking because I don't want to say that no one won. But I don't think anyone won. Let's go again. Everyone keep your same. I can't see who's second. The duck carried on going. He didn't like stop and have a victory moment. He just kept going. He's still going now. Someone needs to stop him. Let's go again. Oh, we don't know what I did. Right, go again. Keep the same numbers. Oh, we got slightly different ducks. Ah, Dr. Duck. We got Vampire Duck. Everyone's got the same numbers. We're going again. We'll see who wins. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully this time someone will win it. We got Dracula Duck. Dracula Duck's chasing the Dr. Duck. Do you think he's got like a blood pack on him or something? He's going for it. We need like what's it? Get Dastardly and Muttley behind him. Catch the pigeon style. Catch a pigeon. Catch a pigeon. God, I missed that program. I need to do my drum roll. Speaking of drumming, actually, I've been getting back into my drumming lately. I haven't drummed properly for many years. So I went and got myself a while back a drum pad. Now, it makes no noise. It's just something to tap on that's made of rubber. It's basically better than hitting your furniture or anything like that. It's less annoying for people. And it doesn't cause as much damage. So I've got my little practice pad and I've been going through my rudiments again. And it's really nice to just, relax and just do a bit of drumming again. I used to really enjoy my drumming. It was something I did for many, many years. In fact, it's what I got most of my qualifications in was music and music performance. Right, I'll shut up for a minute. Good luck, everyone. And boosh. That was number 2. So who was number 2? Tracy. Tracy, well done, Tracy. So, give me a message, Tracy, or I will give you a message, and then I'll send you a £20 voucher. Well done. Right, I'm going to... What? Remove, no, yes, we will do that. We will do that. Remove race winner from, yeah, cool. I didn't know I could do that. Right, so, we're ready to go again? I hope we're ready to go again. Should we have we'll have a proper little look at these ducks. We've got clown duck. He must be getting tired by now. We've got plain duck, starry duck. This pink duck here. He doesn't come out of the stocks very often. You know, he does a lot of training in the background, but when he comes out like a rocket. You got Dracula Duck. Dracula Duck does have the ability to turn into a bat and fly, but we have banned it for these races. You know, it's not fair on the other ducks. And then we got these ducks here. Okay, right, let's get this race underway. Good luck, everyone. If you want to change your number, you can change your number. Get it in now. Make sure it's not already a number that's been taken, so on and so forth. You know how it works. Good luck, everyone. That pink duck, Sharon, that pink duck's got like gunpowder up its back or something. It's going to fly up there in a minute. You wait. You got to remember, these things are completely random. It looks like it's going good for you. It looks like it's going bad, but really, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, dear. Right, what's number 10 doing? What's number 10? Oh, yeah, 10's doing all right. He's on the outside. Looks like 70s wallpaper. What, like my wallpaper? I will say I do like eating duck. Duck's quite tasty. I think I've said this the other day. The way my nan cooks it, it's just amazing. Not 40s. Cheers, Simon. Yeah. It's not that bad. I quite like it. You know, I've got used to it. I don't, to be honest, I don't really look at the walls that often. It makes no difference to me. Right. Well, you know me, I'm just too easy going. I'm not bothered about wallpaper. The missus actually wants to decorate soon, so that's going to be fun. Huge escapade. Right, here we go. Good luck, everyone. And out of nowhere, you see that? Out of nowhere, number 9 just shot out of nowhere. Who's number 9? We've got. Is anyone number 9? Gotta go right back to find it now. Antisocial. Antisocial number 9. Well done, buddy. You've won a £10 voucher. If you want to give me a message on any of the social medias, we'll get that voucher straight away to you. Well done, buddy. Yay. I like giving stuff away. And back to the ants. Well done, everyone. That was great fun. Thank you for participating, coming in and listening to me ramble on for a bit as well. But let's have a little conversation about something else. Now, I have recently read that it is not that great to keep your mantis in a deli cup for long term, which I can completely understand. In fact, I think it was a conversation I saw on Discord. I can completely understand. Obviously, the points made were they should struggle to walk up. It's not great space, not great for humidity, so on and so forth. I completely get all of that. But what is a suitable container when they're in like really small stages? Because but I'm hoping that once he's molted once more, I'm just going to pop him in the enclosure I've got, the small one. But at this point, what do other people do? Yeah, that's it. They dry up really quickly, which is completely right. You know, I spray mine a lot and I make sure it's always got a sort of a humid environment. But you are right. It's not an ideal environment, is it? So what do you keep them in when they're really small? I mean, mine's blooming tiny. He's not even the size of a 5p piece yet. And you know, if I popped him in now, I feel he would kind of get lost and struggle to feed himself. Jam jars with moss and stuff. Okay, that's cool. So what if you were to, and I say you, I mean me, if I were to put some moss and substrate in the bottom of the deli pot and some kind of climbing thing, even a mesh along the back wall of the tub, would that be a more suitable enclosure? Because at the moment it's an empty deli pot. It's not got no substrate or anything, but it has got a nice big fake plant for it to climb up and hang off. It's got a mesh lid instead of a standard lid. You know, I cut a big hole in it and put mesh. And it's got lots of air holes for ventilation. But obviously I want to give it the best situation I possibly can. So I thought I'd ask right now, whilst I've got lots of people on stream with lots of knowledge and opinions, you need to put a stick in or the mesh glued to the back. The moss keeps it humid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that kind of makes sense. All right. So I'll do that later on tonight or tomorrow then. I mean, it's happy at the moment. It's not an issue, but it's always worth improving the enclosure. I plastic pint cup with mesh lid and then mesh on both sides of the cup with a small thick plant. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking I will do, Paul. Avoid these crusts. Yeah, see, I'm not really a massive fan of the plastic pots, and I got it out of the one that it was in and put it in a larger one. But still, you know what I mean? I'm not a massive fan of the plastic pots, honestly. But then when it grows, like I say, I'll pop it into the large enclosure and it'll all be fine. Won't have to worry then. Thing about mantises, they're really cool, but like they're so small for ages that they're kind of delicate, and then they get a bit bigger and then they die. They don't last long. Still got a slightly warm cup of tea. Plastic pots are crushable. Not a great idea. They're for selling mantis, not keeping them. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming in, Greg. We shall see you again soon, buddy. Thank you, bud. Yeah, Simon, I completely agree. And like I say, that's why I thought I'd really ask, because I don't have an enclosure smaller than that white, you know, the white squares that you can get, you know. I have no idea how big it is. Under a foot by under a foot. Half a foot, maybe. I don't know. Box shape. Yeah, I've got one of them, which is a good size, but again, it is way too big to ensure that it's feeding properly. Yeah, at a minute it's feeding on fruit flies, that's fine. I absolutely hate the fruit flies. I very rarely keep them in. I've only got them in because of the mantis. Apart from that, I, generally feed them other stuff. It is the Darth Vader. It is. I have no idea how to pronounce its actual name. Like, no idea at all. I've read it several times, and I'm not even going to attempt it. It ain't no ant name, put it like that. Oh dear. I'm just looking at my Nico colony and they are just everywhere at the minute. They've done really well, had a massive expansion lately, which is very cool. Coffee jars. Yeah, okay. I'll have to, I don't even think I've got a coffee jar. Yeah, all right, Paul. I will. I normally just, when I've got loads of them, I normally just tip them into the Polyrhacus dive tank because they sort of just destroy everything. In fact, I think I'm going to be getting them like a really big pinky soon to see how fast they can get through it, because anything I put in there, they're basically through within the night. In fact, that, you might have seen the video I released just before I came live. you can see I put in sugars. I put sugars on this piece of tinfoil, and annoyingly, it all kind of rolled into one corner. I was hoping it would just sit in the middle, and you could see how many ants sort of accumulate around it. And yeah, there's a lot. It didn't like they completely all of that sugar stuff is gone. It didn't take them long at all. If you're getting Polybacchus again, Katrina, just wait slightly a little bit longer, and I'll have some more on the store, and we will have our probably like dedicated Polybacchus or Weaver ant enclosure, which is going to be absolutely amazing, and you might be one of the people trialing it if you wait. So yeah, that's my advice. Large sweet tubs are converting for the mantis. That's a good idea, actually. Large sweet tubs. See, I've got loads of like the boxes I use to go to the schools and things, but again, the top opening, that's the annoying thing. I want the front opening one, and you can turn it up on its side. I know I'm not an idiot, but that just looks silly, and it's still difficult to open. Nico's are a bit nuts. Yeah, they're amazing ants, but they can just sort of explode. I think mine is I can't remember if it was single queen or two queen. I think it's single queen. Um, yeah, and there's quite a lot of them. We'll say that. Katrina, that's sort of it. Like a lot of, I've been saying this a lot lately because I think we're going to get influxed by Invicta and Geminato again this year. I've seen a massive amount coming over in shipping. In fact, I was offered quite a large amount myself, and I refused them. I won't sell Geminato or Invicta, you know that, strictly because I don't think they're not fun. Those ants, there are certain types of ants that are not keeper friendly. They overtake things, like you say, Katrina. They overwhelm people. They grow exponentially fast rate. They're ridiculously hard to contain, and they're aggressive as well. So I don't personally sell them. If people want to go and get them, then that's more than fine, and I'm more than happy to give you advice. But it is my opinion that they're not really an ant that should be kept. I mean, they can even get over water, for God's sake. Like most ants, yes, they can get over water. Good evening, Ants England. But it's not one that I'd really say is a great, they're not a fun one to keep. They're more stress than they're worth. I'd much rather go and get something like, one of the other camper noted. Yeah, fire ants, exactly, Ants England, exactly. Yeah, I'd much rather go get, another colony or even Tet bees or something like that, which are still fast growing, but they're much more manageable than something like Invicta or Geminata. I don't know, it's just a personal opinion. Oh, I've got someone knocking on the door. 2 seconds. We have an Amy here. Say hello, Amy.
Hello.
She's going to bed right now because she should have been in bed ages ago. She's just come down for a cuddle. Quick cuddle. Right, good night, my darling. Go back to bed.
Good night.
Sleep well.
You should say Mummy hasn't done me stories yet.
Mummy hasn't been up to do stories yet. She's probably dealing with Evie. Read yourself a story. Thank you. Good girl. And that solves that issue. Read yourself a story. But what was I going to say? Yeah, it's a shame you only just joined Ants England because we're actually heading towards the end of the stream already. We've done the giveaway and we've had a little bit of a chat about things. But I can hear my Evie darling going absolutely mental in the other room. She has had a bit of an awkward weekend. She didn't sleep, then she did sleep, and then she didn't sleep all night last night, and then she slept bits of today. and now she's just not happy. So yeah, I'm not going just yet, but it is heading that way. You know what I mean, Katrina? We've done the important part, haven't we? We've done the giveaway. And now you're just listening to me ramble on. Now that's right, Ants England. That's right. They say now you're just listening to me ramble about nothingness, really. It's all good. It's all good. It's been one of those weeks where I've got a lot done, but I feel like I haven't got a lot done at the same time. It's been, like I say, just a rambling week. I'm sure this cup of tea has stayed warmer longer than my coffee stays warm. I know, again, this is very random, but it's still warm. We've been on air for like 35 minutes. This has probably been made about nearly an hour. That's insane, isn't it? And it's still warm. Yeah, Kat, I think pretty much everything's awake now. All of my colonies have become really active lately. In fact, I've been checking on. So I've got something in my eye. I've been checking on my Lasius niger colonies because they are all growing nicely. In fact, I'm going to be doing a massive stock update soon because I've got a load that need updating on there. But yeah, everything's getting really active now. I've managed to find a few colonies wandering about like outside, which is always nice. It's good signs that they're out and about. Obviously, the weather's just so rubbish at the minute. I'm sure if the weather wasn't so bad, they'd all be wandering about already looking for food. But it is like, yeah, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, only a few though, Ants England. It's not like all the time. And again, I think it's just because the weather's so rubbish. They don't know if they're about to be frozen again. So yeah, but I have managed to see a couple of ants wandering about. In fact, I know there's a colony in my back garden that I can go and visit quite often now, which is not, I moved in December, so it's nice to actually know I've got some ants living in my back garden. Pretty obvious. Most people, most gardens have ants. That'd be kind of stupid to assume I don't. But yeah. But again, like because of the weather, they're not very active at the moment, and I wouldn't be if I was their size. I mean, there's been floods and snow, and the island's pretty much been swamped with waves. It's been pretty insane. In fact, I shared some pictures on, I think it was Facebook, it might have been Discord, but the waves have been pretty scary lately. Not for me. I live up the hill. In fact, I kind of thought, if global warming is happening, I will be able to fish from my garden, which will be nice. But I'm not too worried, I'm on a hill. Be more weird. Yeah, that's it. It would be really weird to not have any ants. But when you just, it's middle of winter and there's no wildlife outside. You know what I mean? I'm like wondering about I wonder what's going to happen. But I will say my garden's springing to life. Actually, it's really nice. I've got plants coming out of my ears. It's really nice because I hadn't seen any of the garden. I've hardly been out there, to be honest. I've been so busy sat in the office, and the weather's not really been lovely or warm. So, but I've got my spade and everything ready and put in my application for permission for what I want to do in the garden. So I'm just waiting for approval from the local council, and then I can start work on my garden. It's going to be a big job. I'm not going to go into details of what we're doing yet, but it's taken planning permission. But yeah, it's going to be great fun. I'm doing pretty much all of it myself in my spare time, what little spare time I actually get. But I'm going to try and take some more time off actually in the next few months, because I do work every day, pretty much all day from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. I try and take bits of time off, and I completely fail sometimes. I have to pretty much lock my phone away to actually take some time off. And then even I sit there, I'm like, right, emails. But so I'm going to try and actually take like a dedicated day off occasionally. I don't know, like actually not sit at the desk, or at least for half the day. I don't know if I could manage a whole day without work. That's insane, isn't it? But thing is, I enjoy what I do. I enjoy all of it. I enjoy sharing my passion, talking to people about ants, putting on the shows, talking to other traders. Yeah, I enjoy all of it. So it's hard not to work. But yeah, I do need to take some time off because I'm missing out on the kids and things. As much as I do spend time with them, still, I want to get out and do some stuff with them. It's been a little while since we've gone out and actually really gone out for a nice time, a whole day or something. There you go. That's me rambling. That went on a bit, didn't it? What's going on the leaf cutters? They are still cutting leaf. At the minute they're eating privet. I got them this privet earlier this morning. They went nuts this morning. They sort of slowed down a bit now, but there isn't an awful lot left. Know what you mean, Tom. I can't sit still. They eat always on the way. Yeah, that's it, Katrina. There's always something to be done, and when you've got like this many colonies to feed, and then all the other inverts to feed, and then you got to clean and things to rehouse, and the tanks to build, and the internet stuff, and people to email, and people to talk to, and orders to be shipped, and all of that. The leaf cutters get new leaf every day, pretty much. Ants England. Just because I don't get massive amounts at a time, I get like, I don't know, 6, 7 big leaves, or with privet, I get like 2 nice end branches. Not even branches, they're like the last probably 6 to 8 inches of a branch, as long as it's really bushy and full of leaf. So they get fresh leaf pretty much every day. Luckily, I have got loads of wild leaf, wild plants growing in the garden, so it's just a matter of going into the garden and picking some out. And then the privet comes from it's actually the guy which owns or lives in, well, doesn't live in the church. What am I saying? The guy that runs the church, the priest guy, he has massive privet hedges, and he lives between me and the shop. So whenever I go to the shop, I get privet. I've asked permission. He doesn't spray it with anything. He's more than happy for me to grab a bit off every now and then, as long as I don't take too much, which I never do. And yeah, so that's pretty much how I rotate it. Yeah, that's it. And it's so easy. They do take most things. I found that bramble, although it's really easy, they yeah, priest guy, no. They never really like went nuts for the bramble. They go kind of nuts for, now this sounds stupid, but I don't know what this was. It's like a thistle, but it's not a thistle, and it's not a dandelion. It's a dandelion with spikes. I'm not sure what this one actually is. Sounds stupid of me because I should know this, but it's not one I know. So yeah, they love that. They love privet. They love ragsworth. Yeah, there's quite a lot that they'll take. Some people even give them things like oats and things. I haven't done any of that yet. Yeah, bram will be better in the spring. That's it. I suppose I've only had bram. Well, end of summer, I was sort of using it, but yeah, it wasn't great, was it? You need the big juicy leaves full of liquids and goodness for them. You've tried almonds. Okay, how did that work? Yeah, like I said, I've not done any of the weird things. People put all sorts of stuff in there. Yeah, rose petals they absolutely love. Dried rose petals they absolutely love. Mainly because I think it's easy for them, isn't it? Like they haven't got to cut anything. They just pick up the petal and go. But it doesn't have a lot of nutritional value in comparison to the leaf, and especially it hasn't got any like sap in it. So if you're giving them lots of rose petals, you're going to have to give them lots of like sugar supplements as well. I don't know. I try and mix it up every day, give them something different. I did notice that if I gave them the same thing 2 or 3 days in a row, they would generally like not take notice after a while. They'd stop being bothered. So I keep mixing it up, and yeah, they always seem very enthusiastic to cut. Aloe, yeah. I haven't actually thought about aloe. I can't remember if it was on the list or not. Messes like orange pips, yeah. Aloe is toxic. Okay, there you go. Do they mantis? What does that mean, Ants England? I'm confused. Oh, yeah, sorry, you were asking mantis. Yeah, do that. Yeah, sorry, now I get you. Yeah, to be honest, that doesn't surprise me. Pips of seeds and anything like that, they'll go for, I suppose. The Has anyone? I suppose I'm talking to you, Ants England. Have you tried any fruit? I have seen people put like apples in, oranges in, and all sorts for leaf cutters, and they do obviously go for the fruit. You can't do it often, because it's just pure sugar, but I have seen them do it. Have you given a message? A dandelion head, yeah, where from? Okay, I didn't know how it was there. Yeah, no, that's it. Answering, I'm much the same. That's why I haven't even done porridge, because I stick to what I know. You know what's easy. Leaf, they're leaf cutters. Give them leaf. Yeah, like you say, it's just less risky, isn't it? Especially with these ants, they're so expensive. You wouldn't want something stupid to go wrong just because you like. I've seen people like give the ants like chocolate bars and stuff, and I know in the wild ants will come and eat your chocolate bars. I still can't bring myself to stick something foreign in the tanks. Like, it's just I can't do it. Mantis garden. The thing about bird seed is you have to make sure it's not sprayed with any like pesticides or anything. That is it. Most bird seeds are completely fine, but yeah, just check that they haven't got any pesticides. And if you want to help them, like grind some of it up into like crushed seeds, and they'll find it a bit easier. Yeah, that's it. Ants England, good idea. That's pretty much what I do, and then I give them the odd top up of sugars occasionally, because sap, what's the word? Sap degrading, the degrading value of the sap inside the leaf. I can't think of the word. It's been a long day. In the sieve. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and there is mites. Yeah, you gotta be careful with mites. It's always one of them. You gotta be careful with everything these days, especially if you love your ants. Aloe is also antifungal. See, aloe has lots of properties to it. It's one of them, isn't it? I'm not sure if leaf cutters can do it, but I do know um, that leaf cutters can obviously use leaves that would be toxic to some other animals, but it's not toxic to them. So yeah, that's it. Trust nothing. Um, Trust nothing. I always say if I don't trust it, I go in that WhatsApp group or whatever it is, and I'd ask in there. But I just don't even do that because I just stick to the ones I know. Simon, oh God, oh dear. I just, yeah, that just stopped the conversation. But isn't she lucky? I don't know. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, on that note, I can hear my Evie darling still upset. Now she talks a lot more. Um, she doesn't shut up, which is nice. It's not, it's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, but it is like you can hear her go, "Daddy, Daddy." Like, oh no, it's 10 to 10, and she's in there shouting, "Daddy." Probably playing on the Xbox. Bless her. Which, to be honest, is a lifesaver. I wouldn't normally do it, but Yeah, it has made a big difference with her having the ability to just turn on the Xbox because she's got games, she's got YouTube and all of that lot. Yeah, I know, Kat. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's my new chair. It is new. I got it given to me, and I was like, actually, that's an upgrade because beforehand I was just using a normal chair. But yeah, I think I've got a can of WD-40 actually in the shed. I'll just have to get it out and do it. It's been you know what I'm like. I've got so many things that I need to get around to doing, and like it's like there's pictures and stuff that should have went up on the walls when we moved in. I'll get round to it one day when I've got the hammer and nails in my hand already and I'm walking past that wall. Then it will get a nail in it. Until that point, it's probably got to wait. Oh dear. But yeah, I should really sort out the chair because it is annoying as heck. Oh well. But yes, on that note, I am gonna end the stream now. A massive, massive thank you to everyone for joining tonight. It's been good fun. Nice to see some new faces as well as some regulars as well. Paul, now you've been here once, we expect to see you here every week. Yeah, Kat wants my info for OnlyFans. So I was just reading the comments. Simon, you just I don't worry, I won't give away your info. I don't know. But yeah, massive thank you, all of you. You're absolutely spectacular. If you want a prize, make sure you send me a message. I will send you a message as well. And hopefully we will cross paths that way. It will, like, hopefully you don't message one and I message her. Well, we'll find each other. Come find me. And it's been great fun. Massive thank you to my Patreon supporters, as always, and of course, Answer Us and Valhalla Martial Arts for supporting these streams, as they always have. But that is all from me tonight. So, as always, I'll see you again soon. Good night, all.